Let me see if I can just catch it with a... Bam! Pop wings on this motherfucker, son. Interrupt your polymorph. What? Hammer up, fuck your face! Dead. Okay, sorry. I don't know what he's trying to do. Maybe he's trying to fish for something. Ooh, what's over here? Is this a quest? I'm sorry, when I see shiny. Barrel of fish. Oh, snap. I have a quest to do. Sorry, okay, back to what I was talking about. So, let's see. Now, after quartz, let's talk about perform AV enabler. Whether or not this damn thing is legal or not is besides me. So many people use it. Now, perform AV enabler, what that basically does is, let's look at the battleground here. Actually, I used to have it right here. Maybe I don't have it enabled on Towelliee. Let's enable it really quick. Add-ons, perform AV enabler. Perform AV enabler. So we used to use this back in the day when it first came out, because you were never able to queue after a certain time. You couldn't queue for like a 40-man Alterac Valley. But what did, like, if you pull up your battleground window, you have perform AV enabler right here. So you hit this, and basically it lets you queue for whatever battleground you want with more than 5 people. So I could put a pre-made of 15 people, go to Arathi Basin, hit Q, and after I hit Q, it'll queue all of us for Arathi Basin, and it will let us know once we all get a pop. Once you get the join battleground, leave battleground button, the add-on will tell you if everyone in your group currently has a pop-up window telling them to get into a battleground, and more than likely 99.9% of the time it's the same battleground for everyone to get into. Like I said, whether it's legal or illegal to use, I do not know. Some people use different methods, but that's what I use. So if you guys ever want to do like a pre-made 5 or 10 man with like your buddies or your friends or your guild, preform AV enabler is pretty awesome. So what do we have after preform? Let's look at... I'm looking around. I have to get everything covered. If I don't get everything covered, people are going to ask a question. So we went over Omen, raid frames, recount. Oh, Bartender 4. Oh, God. So Bartender 4 is my action bar mod. Now, yeah, God. This is really not complicated to use, but for me, it's been pretty easy. The first thing you should always do is unlock all of your bars. These are bars 1 through 10. Obviously, they're all over the place here, right? So, I mean, once you unlock it, you can basically feel free to move these bars wherever you want. You can also, let's say this is bar 6. Let's go to bar 6. You can change the size of it, make it this big. You can change the amount of buttons on it. Maybe you only want it to show 1 button. Maybe you want it to show all 12 buttons. Maybe you want it to be in 2 rows, 3 rows. Maybe you just want it to be straight vertical. However you want. You can also activate the grid buttons so they show. You can hide the macro text, hide the hotkey text. You can enable it or disable it, whatever you want to do. Visibility, always hide. Hide when you have a vehicle UI up. There's so many options. For key binding, though, key binding is something that people use Bartender 4 heavily. It's what I use Bartender 4 heavily. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to disable bar 6. So for keybinds, basically, once you're in binding mode, all you have to do, let's lock this really quick. Let's lock Bartender. Once we're in key binding mode, all you have to do is hover your cursor over a certain button here, okay? Like, let's say, for instance, Q is my Avenger Shield. If I hit Escape right now, I just unbinded my Avenger Shield. But if I hover over it again and press Q, now Q is my bind for Avenger Shield. You can also do modifiers. For instance, Control R is my hammer of fuck your face. So let's go ahead and hit Escape. Now hold down, put your cursor over the button, hold Control, hit R, and now CR. Control R is now my hammer of fuck your face. So you can do this for every button you have on Bartender 4, and that's basically the main use that I have for it, that I like it for a lot. Now, how do my buttons look this pretty? Now, that's called button facade. button facade right here. There's different skins. I use Darien, so I'm not going to change my settings, but you can make it look different. I'll show you right now. Blizzard, ill, ugly. Darien gold. You have Darien blue. It gives you like this little blue aura on top of the colors right there. Darien, what was that? Dream layout. I used to use that. Darien red. Death Knights like to use Darien red. Zoomed in makes it big, and then I just use normal Darien with the opacity at 100. See, if you go like this, it's black. If you go this way, it's white. What do you mean, you people? Okay, and that's basically button facade. That's what makes my buttons glowy and look like this. Now, people ask me, what is this add-on right here? This little thing right here. This is Vengeance Status Bar, I believe is the actual name for it. Let me look here. It'll come up here somewhere. I'm looking for the name. I'm looking for the name. I'm looking for the name. Vengeance Status. And what that does is, Vengeance is the ability that we have as tanks. Every time we take damage or whatever, you know, a certain percentage of that damage comes back to us in Vengeance, blah, blah, blah. Let's read off the tooltip. Basically, it gives me a lot of attack power. View summary. Vengeance. Each time you take damage, you gain 5% of the damage taken as attack power, up to a maximum of 10% of your health. So basically what Vengeance Status does is it calculates your health right now, and it tells you if you have 100% Vengeance, you will have 14.8k attack power. Now, if my health changes, this number should change. So let's put on the set where maybe, I don't know, maybe I don't have as much HP. Let me put on my red set real quick. Actually, let me make sure I have, okay, put on my red set. As you can see, 12.5. This means that I can only now have the most 12.5k attack power. So basically, this makes me know whether I have full Vengeance, half Vengeance, a percentage. If I have 1% Vengeance, that means that I'm not getting hit enough, so I should probably spam sit or something and get G-kicked after I do that. But that's Vengeance Status. That's basically for tanks. It's definitely just a tank-only mod or add-on. So let's take a look at my unit frame, which is shadowed unit frame. So you press /SUF, and we're going to open up shadowed unit frames. Now, I only use player, target, and target of target. I also have focus enabled over here with a cast bar, and but you can do this however you want. Like if you unlock this, you can move it, hit the lock frames, uncheck that. You can move these wherever you want. Unit configuration, you can basically say which units you want to enable. As you see right now, I only have player, target, focus, focus target, and target of target enabled. You can enable raid, main assist, arena, raid pets, main tank, boss. You can do so much with shadow unit frames. Also, you know, you can adjust the bar size, the frame size, the auras, the indicators, the portrait, aura filters, which auras you want to see, which auras you don't want to see. It's really just in depth that you have to look at it yourself. But if you download my UI, you will get whatever settings I have. So that's shadowed unit frames. Let's see, cast bars, unit frames, action bars, recount, blah blah blah. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what else I possibly could have missed here. Okay, so now let's take a look at actual LUI, folks. Actual LUI. So all this over here, the whole outskirts, all this nice little borders and cute little pop out stuff like this, all of this is part of LUI. LUI is basically a UI foundation that, you know, has a lot of great perks. So let's start off up here. Up here you have your micro menu. It's there for you. PvP, dungeon journal, dungeon finder, quests, bags, etc. Oh, by the way, I have my bag mod too. What bag mod am I using? I don't know which one this is. Is this Bagnon? Well, let's take a look at my add-on list here. I might use the one that comes with LUI. So let's get something straight here before I go into tidy place. Tidy place will be last. LUI uses its own in-house add-ons, but what I mean by that is if you click this little screw right here, LUI options, and you go to modules, LUI has its own bags, own fader, own chat, its own auras, its own info text, its own mini map, its own map, tooltips, cooldown disabled, or cooldowns, nameplates. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you, how you can basically use some of these. So let's say you have tidy plates, right? So I disabled the nameplates for LUI. I have my own tooltip add-on, so I disabled the tooltip add-on that comes with LUI. I already have my own map add-on, so I disabled the map add-on that came with LUI. Cooldowns disabled. That's basically what I showed you earlier for when I hit like consecration. You see the timer? That's the cooldown. I disabled the cooldowns for that. Auras are these up here. I left those alone because I like it. Bags come from LUI. Now LUI has so many options. Let's take a look at some general stuff here. Let's look at colors. I can change this whole entire layout by going to colors and then choosing, let's say, hunter. Let's go to mage or paladin. Awesome, pink. Shaman, warlock. It'll basically adjust. Warrior. And then it has custom colors like absinthe. It has blood prints. Blood prints is actually pretty cool. I was thinking of actually using this. Deep freeze. Demonic pact. Golden boy. And what I use is orange marmalade. This is what I use. And yay, LUI errors. And what you can do is once you make your layout, you can actually save the theme, or you can export the theme, and you can share it with somebody else, which I think is pretty cool. You take this code and you give it to somebody else, and they can go import, and then they'll have the same basically structure you have for your frames. Now, once you go into frames and panels, you can actually change this color to whatever you want. The navigation, the micro menu, miscellaneous, the panels, the bars. You can change the color of this entire UI to your liking. You don't have to go with the themes. So let's go to frames. Frames are basically right here. So before I even go back to frames, you see this big glowy button. If you hit this, it will disable basically the background to all the frames at the bottom. Watch this. There you go. So let's say you're in a raid, or let's say you're in a heroic, and let's say you're a tank and you really don't care that much about damage, although I do. You hit this and you can enable and disable. But let's say, ooh, Facebook. Let's say you only want to enable a certain aspect. So or disable. So let's say I don't want to see recount. Recount is the third button. Recount is not there anymore. Let's say I don't want to see omen. Omen's not there anymore. How about the chat? I don't want to see chat, although the chat still stays there. I don't know if that's a bug. But you can determine if you want to see or not see, recount, omen, or certain abilities or certain add-ons down there. Now, on the right here, if you don't want to see your micro menu, get out of it. More space on your screen. You don't want to see your mini-map? Disable it. This button right here controls the mini-map. Now, this is pretty cool. This is actually new with LUI. Basically, these are the raid markers on the ground that you can use, which are pretty awesome. Target yourself with, whatever you want. Convert to raid, loot method, roll check, ready check. You can do all this from this one little button here in LUI. I thought that was pretty cool. Now, let's go back to LUI options. So with LUI, we have your auras. You can adjust the size of your auras, maximum rows. So these are my buffs. My buff size is 29, so I can make them bigger if I want. Let's make them 35. Let's see how that looks. Every time you make a change, you have to reload your UI. So it's yeah. And as you can see, my buffs are a lot bigger now than they were before. So let's go back to auras, change it back to 29. And now my buffs should go back to the normal size. And that's the part that I don't like about LUI a lot, is that I don't think it gives you a preview of what you're about to change. You have to kind of reload your UI, do it again, reload your UI, do it again. And I don't like that. Debuffs, you can do the same. You can place them wherever you want. The font, anything. For bags, you can enable or disable your bag, items per row, padding, bag spacing, show the item quality. Let's see, for your bank, you can adjust your bank. You can adjust the colors of your profession items and or the item slots in the actual bags. Bars. What are bars? Oh, that's this. Watch this. You see this down here? These little bars that just showed up at the bottom. Look down there. I disabled them, basically. I don't know. I don't like that top bar right there. It looks kind of horrible. Chat. You can adjust your chat font size. I use let's see, that's 17. I use 17. That's readable for me. You can change the outlining, monochrome. Oh, thick outlining, just like that. If you look at the bottom left, the chat is adjusting. None, outline. Yeah. So, what did I have it set to? I don't know. Does it look any different? It looks the same to me. I think I had it set to none, right? Let's see. Spam. Yeah, I set to none. All right. Mouse wheel, sticky channels, you know, etc. Enable sticky channels. Let's see. Info text is basically all this up here. You see where it says your MS, your ping, your frames per second, how much memory all your add-ons are using. You control this through the info text. If you go up here through general, you hit bags. Right here it tells me I have 70 of 106 bag items left. Do I even need to know this? No. So let me go to bags, disable it. You see it's no longer there. Let's go to durability. It tells me right here I actually like to know my durability. FPS and ping, gold, guild and friends. You can show totals, so it shows you have 5 of 41 friends online in case you want to show some EPing or something. I don't have that many friends. Guild, colors, the background, it's all adjustable. Memory usage is right here. If I don't want to see memory usage, I can disable it, but I like to have it enabled so I can see my memory usage. You can make it show horizontal, right, however you want, the size of the lettering, the font, all that shit. Your mini-map, you could change the font of the text on your mini-map frames, your ticket status, where you want it to position. See right here is where it would show your ticket status. Maybe you want your ticket status to show, I don't know, somewhere different. You would adjust the X and Y values to maybe go over here or somewhere else. Let's see. Unit frames. This comes with its own unit frames. I used to use the OUF. I'll show you what OUF looks like real quick. OUF is pretty decent, but I still like SUF. Now let me get rid of, give me 1 second. I'm going to get rid of shadow unit frames really quick just as a demonstration for you guys. Shadowed unit frames, get rid of that. Get rid of that. And bazam. And here we go. And this is basically OUF. This is, I believe, I don't know who made OUF, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the sliding animation, but I don't know, like, I'm not too fond of this because I don't like the way that the debuffs show on OUF. Maybe if anyone has any experience with OUF, you could tell me how to make these buffs and debuffs show better. I also don't like the holy power indicator. As you can see right here, there's a yellow line. It's really hard for me to see like this right here as I'm tanking. You know, it's like, it's just like a bright line, then a not bright line. I don't know. Rotation, rotation, rotation. Must practice. Just kidding. And yeah. So that's OUF. Let's go ahead and disable that for unit frames. You can play around with that as much as you guys want. And now let's see, what other add-ons do I have? Man, I have so many add-ons, it's not even funny. Like, I don't even want to know how long this fucking video is right now. Let me go to SUF and shadow unit frames, enable that shit again. But, I mean, like I said, any questions you guys have, by all means, just, you know, go ahead and ask me. Obviously, I'm going to try my best to have patience and help you guys out. I know sometimes I just don't have the patience for it. Alright, so let's talk about tidy plates. Tidy plates, threat plates. Now, what do you need to get my nameplates? You need tidy plates, hub tank, tidy plates hub damage. It comes with tidy plates, and then tidy plates threat plates. Now these are what threat plates do. Look at the target that what the fuck? Look at the target that I'm currently tanking. As you can see, it already has the debuff from my Steel the Truth dots. Now let's put Avenger Shield on the target. It'll tell you Avenger Shield. It'll give you the exact countdown of Avenger Shield. What else do we have? Judgment. There's Vindication. There's what is this? Just? Is that Judgment of the Just right there? Pretty sure it's one of those things. And there's Vindication. It'll show you any add-on. Let's say if I HOJ the target. Can I HOJ this? HOJ. It'll tell you I have 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what's great about that is that in arenas or battlegrounds, you can just see how many seconds are left on a Repentance, on a HOJ on a target, and you can make that bigger if you want. Now, right now, this target dummy is red. Red means that I don't have aggro on it because target dummies have no aggro table. So let me fly somewhere really quick where maybe I can show you guys what it looks like once I have aggro on something. The colors will change. It will turn from a big red bar to a green bar telling me that I have secure aggro. Now, why is that good? Now, with tidy plates, you can tank 15 mobs. And even though you're not targeting all 15, if you lose aggro on any one of those 15 mobs, the bar is going to turn red. So you're automatically going to know which mob to click on and to, either do mouse over macro taunt or just, click taunt the actual mob. I'm going to try my best. I don't have red aura on, right? Okay, good. So this guy right here, Ambusher, I'm going to taunt him and target myself. He should come to me, and I should have some sort of aggro on him. Oh god, I can't hit him for aggro. If I hit him, I'm gonna get aggro. Oh god, I can't do it that way. Let me see if this thing shows you a preview. Oh my god, what spec am I in right now? Threat plates, okay. So if you go to threat plates, you hit open configuration. There are so many settings, alright? But the main setting that you guys ask about is widgets, debuffs, and I put all debuffs that are mine. Mode, all debuffs that are mine. So it's widgets, debuff, all debuff that are mine. You can put all debuffs in general, but that's just spam. You can blacklist certain debuffs you don't want to see that are yours also. You could do that too. You can put the size of the debuffs to make them bigger or smaller. That's pretty awesome. Threat line. There's combo points. Which will display combo points on your target nameplate. Really? Let me see this. I've never seen this one before. I see how that looks. Shit, I might go with that if I'm tanking something. See, folks, I learned stuff as I'm showing you. But tidy plates, thread plates are the bar above the mob I'm tanking. Whenever it's green, that means you have aggro. If it's turning yellow, that means you're losing aggro. If it turns red, dog, you've lost fucking aggro. So let me enable this and see exactly what this does. It says it should give me combo points on my target. Let's see. I don't see any combo points. Am I missing it somewhere? I don't see it. I don't know. Maybe that option doesn't really work. The widget will display combo points on your target nameplate. Maybe we have to reload UI. See, folks, like I said, we're troubleshooting as we're going along. Alright, let's try this again. No, I still see nothing. Well, like I said, maybe that part doesn't work. Let's go back to threat plates configuration, widgets. Let's disable the combo points widget. And like I said, there's so many things you can change: the nameplates, the health bar, the way the health bar looks. I have it set to aluminum. There's so many more that you can set it to. I think there's like a Took UI one that looks pretty cool. Where's Took? Is there Took UI? As you can see there, I just changed it to Took. Took is what a lot of people use. I like to use the aluminum one because it's a little bit brighter. So I go back here, back to aluminum. It's more shiny. your cast bars. You can adjust the cast bar size, name text, health text. There's so many things you can change. There's so many possibilities with threat plates. But for what I use for tanking, many people ask me, how do you see the targets, your own debuffs on your target? You go to widgets, debuffs, mode, debuffs, all mine. Totem nameplates, you can actually say which ones you want to see, which totem you want to see on the ground, which one you don't. I personally like to see grounding totem. I like to see, I should have earthbind enabled. I should have stoneclaw enabled, and other totems. The texture, you can make it special if you want. I don't know. There's so many settings in threat plates. So let's see what other icons here do we have, or what other add-ons here do we have, folks. Let's look at my add-on thing here. This will tell me. Tidy plates, recount, shadow uniframes, power auras, opti taunt, rating buster, gladius. I don't care about that. Omni CC, quartz ORA. I don't even use. Why is it there? Mixed scrolling combat text, button facade, mapster is what I use for my map. Tidy plates, perform AV enabler, Omni CC, tip tack. There we go. Hold on, let me go down the list. Nug combo bar we went over. Vengeance status. Yeah. So tip tack is basically my tooltip add-on. So let me hover over this guy right here. He's in combat, isn't he? Yeah, he's in combat. Here we go. So you see this mage right here? I hover over this mage, and if you can see on the right side of my screen, it tells me his name is Tiesto. The 1-inch Warriors is the name of his fucking guild. And it tells me he's a Worgen mage. He's currently targeting the Raiders training dummy. His talents are fire 632-3. So it tells me. So when I go into a battleground and I look at somebody else's, or my team, I want to know if a priest is disc. I just hover over his name. Like this guy right here. He is opinionated and prim. Is the name of his guild. And he's the 85 human warrior. He's targeting the training dummy. And he is protection for 532. And it also tells you his HP at the bottom of all that information. And that's my tooltip. So basically, folks, that's pretty much it. This video is going to be long, probably annoying, boring for some of you who already know all this shit, and not so boring for others who want to know the information. I will post a link to my add-on pack. It is currently not updated. Once I confirm, usually after the first 3 weeks, I update it. You actually don't need a WoW interface update, folks. All you have to do to update my UI is go to like Curse Client, get the Curse Client, and then update all the add-ons individually through Curse Client, and that will actually update all the add-ons, and you will not get any more errors. People seem to think that they have to wait for me to come out with an add-on pack. You don't. It's nice to have an add-on pack, but if you just update each individual add-on, it will update your actual UI perfectly fine. So once again, this has been Towelliee with TGN bringing you a goddamn UI video, a little bit of a tutorial, just showing you what add-ons I have. This is going to be a long video. Hope you guys watch it. Please thumbs this up. Thumbs this up. If you actually want me to keep making UI videos anytime I make changes in the future, thumbs up my video so I know you want me to do that. Visit my personal YouTube account, partnered now, youtube.com/consolecrusader. Holyshield.com is my personal website. Justin.tv/Towelliee is my live stream. We just hit 3,000 followers this past weekend. Facebook.com/Towelliee. Twitter.com/TowelTheTank. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate all the strong support. I know I bitch a lot when people ask me questions, but in the end, I usually do answer the questions. So this is Towelliee. Peace out.